Good afternoon. The Village of Lincoln Heights Committee of the Whole is now in session. Today's date is Monday, February 8th, 2021. The time is 6:37. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Present.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Present.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Present.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Present.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell. Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell. No response. Mayor, we do have 6 who are present. We have 1 who has not responded, so I would say absent. We do have a quorum.
All right, so what we have down for old business is the 2020-18 International Property Maintenance Code. I do know that you all guys had talked about it in law. So it's going to be, there's an ordinance pertaining to that when we get down into new business, but I did want to have discussion about it for anyone that had any questions or.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Ms. Childs Jeters was before me.
Well, I just want to compliment the law committee and all the council members for this. Finally happened. We tried this some time ago, and it didn't happen. So I'm happy to say that we're there. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So during the regular council meeting, you'll be making a motion so we can vote on it and then do the, because we're doing the recommendation to bring it to council, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
my question was just basically on the language of the legislation. I think it kind of went back and forth a couple times, but I think I have the final version of it. And some of the language is a little bit vague. And so I would like to see some of it a little bit more expounded out so that we're very clear as to what we're approving. It did take me some time. I appreciate Ms. Paldreau for answering some late questions, and Ms. Mitchell answered some questions that kind of got me settled with, making sure that we're pulling the correct codes from the international codes, because the international codes is very robust. It has lots of different items in it. And so today was just my first day of being able to kind of go back and forth, just trying to see to make sure that we were covering everything that we wanted to have covered. But some of the language is a little bit vague in the legislation.
Okay.
So I don't know
So-
how, I don't
so
know
what
how
I can-
you want to kind
What
of
I-
proceed. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what we can do is, I know Mr. Desai is going to be joining us in a little bit. If he comes in after our committee of the whole, when we do get to regular council, you can ask some questions on it before we go further on it. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it, because I know there was some language and some changes that they were trying to implement, take out, or whatever before the meeting. So yeah, he's going to be joining us shortly, and that way you'll be able to ask questions. So that way everybody's clear on what we're going to do today.
Right.
Yes, Vice Mayor.
Yes, I was wondering if her questions were questions that may be able to be answered by him, or were they questions that needed to go back into law? Is this an emergency clause? I don't know what her questions are. I was just asking. Or do we need to
Ms.
get
Key?
this? Or take
Madam
care of
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm leaning towards taking it back to committee to iron out the matching of the language to make sure that what we are voting on today is what we want. I think that Ms. Paldreau and Mr. Desai did a great job pulling together the information, but I just want to make sure that we're reading that language that we're saying that we are adopting. And I don't know, and that could have been something that was done prior to me, which I apologize if it was, and I'm okay with how the council decides to move on. I just was uncomfortable in that when I was reading it, I was like, okay, this section, I'm trying to read the section. I'm trying to go back to our codes to make sure that all those things are covered. So I just found myself kind of going back and forth. So I don't feel comfortable saying yes, and I haven't had a chance to do it. I love the concept. I think we should move forward with something that's, that we can adopt, that will allow our code enforcer to do their jobs. I just feel uncomfortable that we're covering everything that we want to make sure that we want to cover. That's my only concern.
Mr. Desai, you're on mute. Mayor, perhaps we can do the first reading of it.
I was going to say that, but so that was one of the reasons why I wanted to have it on the agenda, because I know I wasn't at the law meeting, and I do know the conversation, I think, was before you came back on council. So we need to pull that out and have some more discussion. And so it does make more sense to do a first reading. Mr. Desai, did you want to chime on it?
Yeah, so we're referring to the ordinance about adopting the International Property Maintenance Code, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so we could do a first reading and then refer it to the Law Committee for their review with assistance by the manager's office, because as you can see, the manager's office is going to be charged with code enforcement and enforcing the property maintenance code. The other thing we could do is we could not do a first reading and just go ahead and refer it when that item comes up on the agenda to the Law Committee and do the same thing. It really doesn't, significantly matter which way we do it. But there are going to be, I presume, amendments come back. So we do want to make sure that we have the ability to amend that ordinance. So it's really the pleasure of council. If you're looking for a recommendation, I would recommend when it comes up on the agenda to simply refer it without doing a first reading. And that way it gets to the Law Committee, and the Law Committee can work in conjunction with the manager's office to decide if there are any additional provisions, for example, from the existing code that they want to retain and make part of the property maintenance code we're adopting.
Okay. All right. Yes, Ms. Mitchell.
Yeah, you're on mute.
Good evening, everybody. Mr. Desai, I have a question. So when we tried to do this a couple years ago, what's the difference between doing part of it now and when that's what we wanted to do when we had Carrie as a code enforcer? We just wanted to do part of it. Did you find something different, or what makes it apropos now?
Well, that's a good question. And I think where we're at now is that a majority, well, I shouldn't say that, but a number of jurisdictions in Hamilton County, in the greater Cincinnati area, have adopted this International Property Maintenance Code. It's sort of become the gold standard, the benchmark. And so in terms of enforcement, if you have code enforcer Jane year 1, year 2, and then Jane leaves and code enforcer John comes in, it's more likely that they're going to be familiar with the International Property Maintenance Code and not have to try to get up to speed on our code. So that's the reason for it being timely now for council to consider. And I think with the integration of things that are unique about our existing code into that code, we should have the best of both worlds.
So my next question is, one of the things that you said at that time was that it would be expensive for us to do this. So this is extraordinary services. How expensive?
No, from the standpoint of me just drafting the ordinance and council adopting the code without me having to go through and compile different laws, there's no additional expense. From a legal fee standpoint, the expense is that we have to pay American Legal Publishing to codify, right? Because it's got to become part of our official code, both in print and online. And that's where the cost factor comes in.
Okay, so that means that's something that we'll have to put into finance, because we don't have anything in our appropriation for American legal, but so have we been codifying the last couple of years? They have some stuff to codify.
So what we do every year, just, the way we have done things about the past 10 years, I'm going to say in Lincoln Heights, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little less, is when it's denoted a resolution, it's not something going into our code. So it's a
Right.
resolution approving the manager to sign the grant contract with Ohio Department of Natural Resources. That's a resolution. If we call it an ordinance,
Yes.
then it's going to go into our code. In other words, it becomes one of our laws. So that's the first thing to understand. And then what we do, because we don't have a whole lot of ordinances every year.
Right,
So-
that's why I'm asking, because I don't recall us codifying the other ordinances that we've had lately.
So what we do is at the end of the year, Ms. Randolph and I get together and we go over the ordinances that have been passed by council. And then she contacts American Legal Publishing
Right.
and sends it to them. And they add it to our online portfolio. So when you Google American Legal Publishing and you pull up the code library for Lincoln Heights, that is where it is presently getting codified, if you will.
So
So
we don't get the supplements anymore?
the supplements we can get, but if you recall, those are at an extreme, well, they're costly. If I remember correctly, the last one we did was the S2 supplement. I believe that cost around $20,000, if I recall correctly. And that's because they're actually printing, right? They're printing all the updates. They're giving us all of the updates to put into the code books that are out there. And every council member, generally speaking, has a code book. I've got a code book. The manager's office has got a code book. Clerk of council has a code book. And then we usually would leave one available in the executive room for members of public to have access to.
Okay, so but we
Wait a
get.
minute, hold on, Ms. Mitchell. Let me allow someone else to ask the question. Anyone else have any questions for Mr. Desai? Ms. Key, and then Ms. Childs Jeter.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So, Mr. Desai, so my thinking was that just as we have the language spelled out in our chapter 93 of our codes, my thinking was to pull whatever language we're going to use from the codes that we're going to adopt over and not necessarily have it kind of splintered, saying, in other words, like I'm just going to read something off of the legislation, section 103 as second sentence, we're going to pull over the actual language that we're going to have. Would that be additional cost for American Legal, or would we leave the language as it is in this ordinance?
So the additional cost with American Legal would be to take chapter 93, remove it from the online portfolio as it currently exists, and then add the property maintenance code as chapter 93. I don't know if they will then charge additional money to go in and make the changes that you see. There's like a laundry list of things from A to Z or something like that. I don't know if they'll charge additional money for that. Presumably they would. So understand that there's a cost factor just for them codifying the property maintenance code, even if we didn't change anything.
Right.
And then I presume, but I'm not sure, and I can check and find out, that there would be an additional cost for the A through Z items that you're seeing.
Okay, Ms. Childs Jeter.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. To Mr. Desai, the last time we tried to do this, you didn't want it done, and it didn't have to do with money, all money, some money. What changed your mind?
Well, in addition to the things I said in response to Ms. Mitchell's question, I would say that Ms. Merritt was looking to change the entire code, which was going to have a cost factor to it, for a relatively few number of items that our code already addressed, like junk vehicles, tall grass. Our code already addresses those. So at the time that she was bringing it up, in my mind, it didn't make sense to incur the cost for the, entire change, when really all you need to do is, if those are the items you're concerned about, familiarize yourself with our code and cite under our code.
Other question, Ms. Charles Jeter?
And no, I'm not sure if I got the answer that I was looking for, but okay.
Okay, Ms. Mitchell, back to you.
Ms. Key had my question.
Oh, she did? Okay, all right. Is there anything further regarding the, okay, so Mr. Desai drops down to, it's in the new business, so you want us to just refer it and for it to go back, because what took place is a law was, had did a recommendation to bring it before council, so I put it on the agenda to talk about it, and then I found out about the ordinance.
Yeah, so I think, when we get to that item on the regular council agenda, you can make a brief comment that council discussed this in our council of the whole session. And I'm looking for a motion, or if it pleases council, can we get a motion to refer to the law committee so that they can go through and decide if there are provisions in our existing code that need to be added to the International Property Maintenance Code.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the parliamentary retreat that we have scheduled. I had sent out a couple of dates for Mr. Desai, Ms. Powdrill, and so the date, we finally have a date. It's going to be March the 6th. It's on a Saturday. We're looking for it to be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I have been in contact with the Ohio Center for Local Government, I'm sorry, TJ White. And so what he basically informed me, because I was asking about sunshine laws, and then I'll let you guys know about the different items that we're talking about putting on the agenda. We normally, every 2 years, we would usually go to the local elected officials training up in Columbus, but I did reach out to Center for Local Government, and I got a response back from TJ White, and the one thing that he mentioned, which was going to be not going to cost us, but I found out that we have to have 70 people to go over information. So I'm looking for that email, and I can let you know what he said. Okay, so get that real quick for you guys. So he's gonna be getting back with me, but as far as the parliamentary retreat, there was a free, where it was going to be free through the Ohio Ethics Commission. They actually have a training, but you have to have like 70 people. So he's going to be finding out for me regarding the Ohio plan, which they use that when they're doing their leadership academy for elected officials training, and he'll be getting us back what the cost is going to be. Since we do not have 70 people, it normally would be free through the Ohio Ethics Commission for the training of the sunshine laws. And I know Mr. Desai is going to take part in some of that, but we did want to mix it up and do some different things. We are going to have someone come and speak about social media, which I've already reached out to the Ohio Municipal League and waiting for a response. It was a particular training class that the mayors had at the mayor's conference back in 2019 they had a speaker that came and talked about social media, and it was really interesting about phishing and emails and things like that when it comes to elected officials, the do's and the don'ts and what they recommend. So I will be getting that information. That is going to be part of the parliamentary, along with rules of council, which I was going to have Mr. Desai speak on the rules of council and the charter. Also, some with Ms. Powdrill's assistance, we'll be having some things about financing. And so we're going to have a speaker that comes and talks to us about governmental finance and it's just basically some different tools that they give us when we do have the every 2-year experience of going to the state for elected officials. Just a retreat to get us brushed up on some things that we have fell by the wayside. And I know it's very important that we dig into our rules of council and what is expected of us as council members. So if anyone has any other ideas, I'm glad to get that from you as we continue to form what the agenda is going to look like. But it's going to be condensed down to 2 hours. And we are talking about having you guys have a box lunch to make and have it delivered to you. That was a good suggestion that Councilwoman Key gave. So just trying to be strategic on how we're going to get these box lunches delivered to you all simultaneously to your homes. And so to make it more exciting with this retreat. Any questions, comments, statements? Ms. Childs Jeter?
Time again. The time again.
Oh, I'm sorry, 11 a.m. to 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay, I like that. Good. Moving on. Okay. Any miscellaneous business? No miscellaneous business?
Mayor, I just have
Yay.
one thing is on the, when we get to the regular council agenda and we get to item 12, executive session, I will be hoping to get a motion from a member of council to go into executive session to discuss imminent litigation.
Yes, sir. I did inform the vice mayor. And so she's going to be scheduling a separate meeting for, yeah, she looks like she said she's got it together. Yes, ma'am.
I should have sent it to everybody, Charles Jeters. I think I sent it to both of yours. I just needed to know the wording of how to say it. Imminent what again, sir?
So it'll be, let me go through it again here in my mind. Motion to go into executive session to discuss imminent litigation with the law director.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
And I think we will be inviting in, if it pleases council, Ms. Powdrell.
I sent her one.
Okay.
Sent it to all of council, you and Ms. Powdrell.
Yes, I received it. Thank you.
All righty. And I'm sorry, Charles Jeters, I couldn't get the hyperlink on there this time, but it is highlighted.
Okay, thank you. No problem.
Let's see. Is there any other miscellaneous business?
Yeah, my hand is raised. You see my hand?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ms. Baber. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about when we were in recreation meeting, we talked about paying for the coaches to use a field somewhere else because Memorial Field was not available. Did we need to vote on that, or how does that work?
Yes, Ms. Mitchell.
Well, I think I think we need to get the information, what the field is, how much it's going to cost, and at least talk about it. We have the finance committee coming up, so we get the information and then give it to Ms. Powdrell, you know, to look at and consider it and have her make a recommendation. And of course, get with Ms. Pope just to make sure that we can go ahead and pay for the use of the field, since our field will not be available, be it COVID or renovation.
Okay.
That would be for, would that be for 2020 and 2021?
No, just 2021.
Okay.
I mean, I guess, I mean, that's the only year we're looking at right now, right? Because hopefully our field will be ready for next baseball season.
Okay. Ms. Baby, you still got your hand up? Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes, I also wanted to talk about the grant for Memorial Field, the $79,000 that I had talked with Ms. Padrill on I think it was Friday. And she was saying that Ms. Mitchell had suggested that we put water on the field with that money. But I also wanted to make mention, I mean, 79,000 is a lot. I mean, people buy houses, build houses for 79,000. I mean, with water and restrooms and everything else. So I was wondering if we could possibly look into building some restrooms, at least two, and also running a water line to the concession stand as well.
That's what, yeah, that's what it's for, Miss Baber, the 79,000. When I talk about water, I'm saying that's the whole thing, you know, because we do need water in the concession stand so they don't have to do the wash, rinse and whatever. So that's inclusive, even if it means to build the bathrooms, that's inclusive.
Okay, well, I was just thinking that maybe we could possibly build some restrooms as well.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That is part of it. That is what was in the grant. We talked about having restrooms built. That was part of the grant, the restroom and pumping it to the concession stand, which may even need some renovations for that matter.
Okay, well, that's what I wanted to ask about. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I did want to elaborate on it just a little bit for the residents that's watching, so that they know that we have there's actually two grants that are getting funding through Memorial Field. The 79,000, that's the Nature Works grant. And then the other grant escaped me from it. It's not COTW. What is that grant called? I'm sorry, I forgot what the other grant.
CDBG?
Yeah. That went through the CARES Act. That's additional grant funding too. So it's going to come up to about 350, about 350 with a combination of both.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably. So Ms. Baber, we do have, when they did Mr. Carroll, when he came and spoke, we did a presentation. I'm not sure if you were there, you might have been out, but we can make sure to give you that blueprint information showing what it's gonna look like. And they had discussed about the restrooms and water. So I can get that information to you. We do have a copy of that to help you, because I'm not sure if you were at that council meeting when Mr. Carroll came and did a presentation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other miscellaneous business? Well, I'm thinking for our audience, I did want to mention that Mortar will be coming due to time constraints. We did not want to invite them at the last minute, and I know I had said that they were coming. We do want to, wonderful presentation. We do want to make sure that they're going to be scheduled to come to our next council meeting. I'm looking forward to the young men presentation for our residents that are involved. So I do know that Ms. Joy Pearson also has sent us a flyer for it. And it's for entrepreneurs of color to create jobs and wealth in the community. And so Tim Barr, he did a presentation, and he and some other individuals will probably be coming. I asked them to do a PowerPoint presentation for our residents, and we will make sure that they get our next upcoming Zoom link in a timely manner so that no one is rushed. And so that way we can invite more of our residents, and also with the flyer that Joy Pearson sent, make sure that we get those throughout the community in Village of Lincoln Heights. So looking forward to that. Any questions regarding Martyr? Mr. Daniels, did you want to elaborate on the presentation that he gave previously?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Powdrill?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay, all right, great. So we're looking forward to that presentation. So the more people we can get for questions for them when he comes, the better, because it's a wonderful opportunity for our young Black and gifted. Okay.
Madam Mayor, do they have to be young? Can they just be entrepreneurs?
I'm young.
I mean, you keep
You're young
saying
in
young
spirit.
for our
Right,
young, and I'm
right.
thinking,
Yeah,
our
I'm thinking
young,
There's some
young in
old
the
people out
mind.
there.
it could be
There's
for
some
any
there's some
entrepreneur,
elders.
right?
Yeah,
Right,
yes,
Oh,
elders
okay.
yes.
want to
I'm glad.
make some money.
Yes, yes, yeah. You know, our age, we're like having a second job,
Speak for
multi
yourself.
jobs. Yeah, yeah. You know, you got second job. We all got second jobs once upon a
I know
time.
that's right. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, so I'm still young. When I'm 50 plus, 60 plus, I'm
Move
still
on, move
young.
on.
You're as young as you feel.
That's the word I was looking for. That's the word. Okay. So is there anything else? I didn't want to leave anything out. Okay. So if there's nothing further, is there a motion for an adjournment?
I move to adjourn the committee of the whole meeting.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved in second to adjourn the committee of the whole meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right. See you in a short while.
25 minutes.
Yep. That's a short while. You have to say short while. You add a number, we may go past it, but 7:30 sharp.
Laverne, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because I can hear you, but I don't see you. All right. I was just checking. Let me mute myself. Ain't no telling I might say anything.
You hear me on the phone, I'm typing.
Yeah, you're the only one
Oh,
not muted. And I could
oh,
hear a
okay.
little clicking.
Oh,
You know me, I got to thinking
okay.
I might have had a mouse or something in here.
All right, let me mute myself.
Okay, let's see what we got. What we got here. It's right at 7:30. 7:29.
And I am here. So when you're ready, just let me know and I'll take the slate down.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
Oh my
4.
goodness, is that Gigi? I haven't heard or seen Gigi name in months, years.
I've been hiding. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. Good.
Good.
Keeping
Looks
track
like
of you guys.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. I done hit something. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Give me about 5 seconds.
Village of Lincoln Heights regular council meeting is now in session. Today's date is Monday, February 8th, 2021. The time is 7:30. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree,
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Present.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Present.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Present.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Present.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Present.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Present.
We have 7 who are present. We do have a quorum, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Key, will you be doing the prayer for us this afternoon?
Absolutely, Mayor. Thank you. Father God, we just appreciate you for allowing us to be here just one more time, just doing the business of the village. We ask you to give us wisdom and knowledge that we may interact cohesively and do things that is beneficial to the residents. We ask you to bless our community. Remember our families who are grieving today. Remember our families who are in need today. We ask you to supply their needs. We ask you, as we continue to do this business in the village, we ask you to be with us, guide us, lead us into all things that are appropriate for your people, which is our residents of the Village of Lincoln Heights. It's in your Father's, in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Man. Motion in order for the acceptance of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Motion in order for the filing of the journal for the committee of the whole meeting minutes for January 25th and regular council meeting minutes for January 25th, 2021. Is there a motion in order with any necessary corrections?
So moved.
Motion. Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right. Announcements. Councilman Daniels.
Yes, ma'am. This Thursday, February the 11th at 6 p.m., our My Brother's Keeper virtual leadership series has a opportunity for our young folks to hear about different type of internship opportunities, specifically around the Cincinnati Museum Center. I'll pass that link on to our clerk, and then that way anybody who would like more information, feel free to either call or email the village. We can get that information out there to you. So if you would like more information about potential STEM career paths for the Cincinnati Museum Center, that'd be Thursday, February the 11th at 6 p.m. And you would register for that. There's a similar one for the Cincinnati Reds. This one is exploring careers in sports management. So once again, our My Brother's Keeper virtual leadership series for Saturday, February the 13th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Exploring careers in sports management. The key speakers will be Brian Keys, Vice President of Technology, Coy Hawthorne, Director of Promotional Events, Barry Larkin, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, and Victor Levisay, Vice President of People and Culture. So that'd be February the 13th and the 12th.
Right, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Daniels? Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Okay, Ms. Childs Jeter.
Thank you, Mayor. Safety will meet on Tuesday instead of Monday, Tuesday, the 16th at 5:30 p.m. All are welcome via Zoom.
Okay. All right. Councilwoman Key,
No, ma'am, no announcements at this time.
Councilwoman Baber.
No announcements. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Vice Mayor Stinson.
I have no announcements.
Okay. Councilwoman Mitchell.
Yes, the Finance Committee will meet immediately following the safety meeting because it is President's Day. And the pantry will start up. The first pantry will be March 10th. I'm sorry, April 10th.
Oh, okay. Ms. Mitchell, do you know where it's going to be? And
Yeah, I think it's going to be at Lincoln Heights Baptist.
okay. All right. Will you be posting the different locations in the upcoming newsletter?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me see.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am. Vice Mayor.
is it possible that when we make announcements with our partners that we could put it on our website?
Yes, ma'am. We can do that. Just send them for the more to Ms. Powdrill. Okay.
Mayor,
All right. I
have one
do.
more Mayor, I have one more announcement. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Those individuals who are interested in getting the COVID vaccine, the Lincoln Heights Health Center is offering that. That phone number is 588-3623, 588-3623. And we'll have some flyers to put down at the village.
Okay. All right.
As well
Thank
as
you.
the newsletter, yes.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry, may I ask Ms. Mitchell a question pertaining to her announcement?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Thank you. Ms. Mitchell, is it an age limit or is it like the 65
No,
year?
typically not. And you can.
This is for the vaccine, right? Not the testing.
This is for the vaccine.
Okay.
But the testing will also, that information will be in the newsletter as well.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
And you can go either place. When you call, you can go to Lincoln Heights or you can go to Mount Healthy.
Okay. Okay. I do have the letter for Lincoln Heights Valley Boosters dated January 16, 2021. Joyce Powdrill, Village Manager, Village of Lincoln Heights, 1201 Stephen Avenue, Lincoln Heights, Ohio. Dear Ms. Powdrill, Happy New Year to you, the staff, and the elected officials. Last year was an extraordinary year for us all. The Lincoln Heights Valley Boosters are thankful for the assistance and contribution of the village provided as we operated the Valley Pantry during such a trying time. The village staff picked up and delivered food items for our distribution location. Council members volunteered in pantry days and auto phone calls were made to all the residents. Additionally, we sincerely appreciate the COVID-19 supplies that the village donated. The saying, "It takes a village," has never been more represented than in the way the village administrators, staff, and elected officials have helped us help our community during this painful pandemic. Your generous monetary contribution of $5,000 will certainly allow us to make an even greater impact in the lives of our residents and the surrounding communities. We are truly grateful. We look forward to the 2021 year and all the possibilities for future collaboration with the Village of Lincoln Heights. Best regards, Carmen Daniels, Treasurer. CC Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey. So I just want to thank Ms. Carmen Daniels and the Lincoln Heights Valley Boosters for all that they continue to do. Just wanted to tell her thank you, and we appreciate the letter that she sent. And as they continue to reach our residents through the pantry. Ms. Mitchell, I did want to ask you, how long have the Valley Boosters been doing the pantry?
I guess we've been doing it since, I want to say 2009. It started in, I think we've been doing it since 2010 as the Valley Boosters, but in 2009, we did it as part of my mayor's Citizens Empowerment. But then the Valley Boosters helped take it over from there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Next would be hearing from the residents. I don't see anything. So I guess we didn't get anything in. Ms.
No, we did-
Randolph.
No, ma'am, we did not.
Right, and then we'll go straight into the regular agenda then. Communications to council from the clerk of council, Lisa Randolph.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to let council know that I have placed the order for the Robert's Rules of Order book. So I'm not sure when it'll come in, but the order has been placed. But I know we'll get it before March 6th deadline. I'm not deadline, but retreat. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, there's nothing further. The next is communication from the mayor regarding the January 2021 month-end bank reconciliation report. This is a report that's in your packet, and it reads February 3rd, 2021, Village Council, Lincoln Heights Mayor Court monthly report for January 2021. Below is the summary of the total amount of funds to be dispersed. Total to state, $508. Total area fines to external agencies, $0. Total to other entities, including restitution, $18. Total bonds forfeited to the village, $0. Total to the village, including miscellaneous receipts, adjustments, and BA fees, $3,432. Total to be dispersed, $3,958. Also included in the packet is the copy of the bank reconciliation. Any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I move to accept your report.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, thank you. Next would be communications from the village manager, Ms. Joyce Powdrill.
Hello, everyone. I just have a
Hello.
couple of quick updates, and you should have your report or in your mailbox tomorrow. A quick updates on the economic development. We have a new intern. Her name is Crystal Daniels. She will be working with me and the vice mayor. Her task will be with the vice mayor to assist the vice mayor in the planning of the Jubilee, the 75th Jubilee, and she'll be working with me on economic development task. She is doing this in terms of achieving her capstone for the end of the year for her master's degree. And so we are excited to have her and excited that we can teach her a few things about the village, economic development, and as well as assist us with the event. A couple of things on the safety. I just want to reiterate what Councilwoman Mitchell said about the COVID vaccine. We did get a flyer, so we will be doing a robocall on that as well as putting it on our website. The sheriff, the new sheriff, Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey will be visiting our office tomorrow. So we'll be meeting with her and I will share a list of concerns that you've all provided to me. And I will also be meeting with the fire later in the week. So if you all have concerns or issues that you would like for me to address at that time as well, you can send that to me in an email. In terms of the snow protocol and village operations, you will see that we kind of did a different thing this time from a weather. We send out our protocol for the weather, as well as we did a robocall. So we're trying to be very proactive when we have bad weather coming. So you will all be well informed on what we will be doing and our next steps and who will be on staff to take care of the village. And you'll see a lot more, some other things that we're doing. The staff went out maybe last week or this weekend and did a lot of cleanup in the village. So if you've noticed that the dumpster is really full in the back, it's because they've been out in the village cleaning and picking up stuff. We talked about the ordinance and code enforcement. You'll hear more about that. We did meet with our counterparts at Silverton to talk more about our finance and how we do our present our finances and some of the things that we can be doing. So you'll hear more about that in the presentation, and we'll talk more about it in the finance committee. On our projects with the CDBG dollars and funding, we do have our quotes in for the repair of the roads. So we'll be going through that and moving forward with that. Community Wi-Fi, we're still in discussions with that, and we're continuing to add and learn more on that process. And so as soon as I get any additional updates that's different than the past, I will share that. We had a lot cleanup scheduled for this week, but due to the weather, we canceled for this week. But we plan on beginning on Stephan, working on the lots on Stephan, clearing bush and that kind of stuff, or removing trash. I think we're scheduled to work from have GE volunteers come and work from 11 to 3. The municipal building will be the kind of location where folks will meet up and be the kind of the central location for that process. So we're looking forward to that and excited about that. And that's all I have. Anyone have questions for me? All right.
Okay. Yes, Vice Mayor.
With the snow removal, do you know the contact person for Princeton?
I do not know the contact person.
I'm going to pass you on that information so they call you at 5 o'clock in the morning and not me.
That is absolutely fine, Beth.
All right.
No problem.
All right. Ms. Mitchell, did I see your hand? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
You're muted.
Muted.
In your report last time, I guess it talked about the funds that have been, I don't know, was it frozen? Are we able to get back any of those CDBG funds that we sort of lost? I mean, are they on hold for us until we can ram up those projects, or that money is gone?
So that the big, huge dollar amount that you guys lost is gone. But some of the smaller amounts, I think there was a $20,000 was reallocated. That $20,000 that you got in 2019 is reallocated to Bill Street demolition, because there are some environmental issues there. And so those dollars will be moved there for that particular project.
Is that the only one? Well, if you could just bring that information to the finance committee, that would be good. I just like to get a little bit more information on those funds and how we can get any of them back if possible.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Ms. Key.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to send some kudos to Ms. Powdrill, who I believe has been working, especially for me and my committee with economic development, doing a lot of work moving forward, the goals that we have for the village. I appreciate the updates, the timeliness of the updates and the information, and getting everybody involved with the particular work. So I just wanted to say thank you, Ms. Powdrill, for that. I know, you got into a position and it was like, you got to get in there with your feet running, and you've done a good job up until this point. So we're looking forward to great work being done in the future with you, ma'am.
Amen.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and I forgot one more thing. The one piece that I forgot is this is not official, and I don't have a dollar amount yet, but it looks like we will get a favorable response for our grant request with Cincinnati Reds, but it's not official. We have until the 15th. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Long
So
time
thank
coming.
you. Exactly. Ms. Paltrow, is there a motion? Well, it was, even though it was, we're gonna do like an oral, you gave us an oral report. Is there a motion to accept Ms. Paltrow's oral report?
So move.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Wait a minute, let me get the vote. You need, wait a minute, let me get it and then I'll come back. Any nays? Ayes have it. Yes, Ms. Randolph?
I'm sorry, Mayor, could you tell me who seconded? I think I heard a couple of voices. Who seconded the motion?
Linda.
Spencer.
Linda.
Oh,
Thank you.
Linda.
Pick one.
It was a tie.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Okay, we're gonna go into, next is committee reports. Safety Standing Committee report, Ms. Childs Jeter.
Thank you, Mayor. The Safety Committee did meet on Tuesday, January 19th at 5:37 p.m. All members were present, and in addition to them, Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey, Village Manager Joyce Powdrill, Councilwoman Tanya Key, Lieutenant Jeremy DePotley, Hamilton County Sheriff, Chief Amos Johnson, Woodline Fire Department, and Kathy Thalmeyer, I guess that's where you pronounce her name, from Woodline Fire Department, and Jamal Willis from the Service Department. Chief Amos Johnson from the Fire Department gave an overview of the 2025 and EMS runs. In 2021, the Fire Department will partner with Red Cross to distribute smoke detectors, fire alarms, and carbon monoxide kits. Residents can request the Valor Life Kit, bike helmets, and portable cribs for young mothers. They also plan to visit homes and do well checks. For police, Lieutenant DePotley covered the criminal and non-criminal stats for the month of December 2020. He reported that the COPS program, COPS, started on December the 14th, 2020. 9 new deputies have been assigned to Lincoln Heights, and another officer is expected to be on board by February 2021. These officers will be involved in community engagement that include bike patrol, attending community events. They will focus on how to reduce speeding, excessive noise, and getting guns off the street. The Sheriff Department is currently operating under the COVID response plan. Other Village Manager Joyce Powdrill spoke about safety as a primary goal for the Village of Lincoln Heights. That includes the sheriff, roads, fire, code enforcement, beautification, quality of life, and safety initiatives. The Safety Committee encouraged the residents to get the COVID-19 vaccine, wear a mask, wash hands, and stay at home away from crowds. No action items. The meeting adjourned at 6:29 p.m. That is my report. That is our report from the Safety Committee.
Any questions for Ms. Childs Jeter? Motion to accept.
I'll move for
Safety Committee report.
acceptance.
For a second.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Next is the Finance Standing Committee report by Ms. Laverne Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. The Finance Committee met on January 19th All members were present, and that including the mayor, Councilwoman Baber, our finance manager, and our village manager. The committee stated their possible goals as limiting the meetings to 90 minutes, ascertaining the village's bond rating, and seeking bond opportunities. We also discussed the reconciliation. So once the reconciliation has been corrected and the adjustments made, the 2018-2019 audit can be completed. The finance statement for the month of December, the cash bank balance being reported is $1,932,650.55. However, this may not be totally accurate due to the current inability to reconcile our books. So once we get that done, we will report what that actual balance would be. The year-to-date revenue has been, this is for December, okay? $3,376,942, which would include the COVID funds as well. The December month-to-date revenue was $329,827. Year-to-date expenditures, $268,770. December month-to-date expenditures, $245,546,000. Our December earnings tax was $35,708. Our year-to-date tax earnings was nearly $900,000. And so we want to note that that was like $250,000 more than what we had estimated for our 2020 appropriation. And so we will give a shout out to Ms. Dee Stevens for the work that she's done on that on that particular effort. Our fund reconciliation, the bank reconciliation with adjusted balances, $1,550,708.36. The book fund reconciliation, $1,437,305.41. And again, these balances will be corrected when the auditors determine what those mispostings were and how to adjust them. The bank shows more money than was actually deposited, okay? Ms. Powdrell presented some ideas for us for our financial stability for this year, which included council and administration gaining a clearer understanding of our budget for finances, improving our bond rating, and benchmarking peer communities. The action item, Ms. Pope or Ms. Powdrell will obtain information on bond rating. And our recommendation is that the committee recommends council accept the December 2020 financial statement. Okay. And
oh, okay. Any questions for Ms. Mitchell? Okay, is there a motion?
I have
to
a
accept
question. I'm sorry, Mayor. I thought I
Okay,
was
I'm sorry.
unmuted. I have a question on the first page, Ms. Mitchell.
yes, ma'am.
At the bottom, where it says finance statement, you put, however, this may not be totally accurate due to our current inability to reconcile our books.
Right.
Do you know what the variance would be?
No, they're still just working on that. I think it will come out okay. It's just that there were extra postings were done.
Yes, I just wanted you to say that. So,
Oh.
because at first, when you first read, I'm thinking like, because it looked like we did something wrong, but
No,
I
but
just wanted
it
you to
is
state
corrected
that.
on that second page.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome.
Motion to accept the finance report.
Second.
Okay, not the report, but we need you to accept the actual financial statement and then a motion to accept my report. Okay.
I don't have a financial statement.
That comes with that's what we had at the actual committee meeting. I know it says report, but so that there's a distinction between the finance report and the committee report.
Gotcha.
All right, it's been moved in second.
So Madam Mayor, may I
Yes.
rescind, please?
Yeah,
My
rescind
motion.
it.
And now may I make a motion to accept the financial statement for December 20th? No, for December 2020?
Right.
Yes. is
2020,
there a-
yes, I second that. I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, ayes have it.
Now motion to accept the report.
Second.
Second.
Wait,
It's been,
I,
wait a minute, hold on.
Second it.
can we do that again?
Okay.
Can we do that
report-
again?
Motion
ahead, Ms.
to accept the Finance Committee report.
Okay. And there was a second by,
It was like 2, 3 people. I was just trying to.
I need another second.
Oh, okay, I second. Because, Vice
This
Mayor
time, see
pointed
the second.
pointed at me, you
Eeny,
know.
meeny, miny, mo.
Okay.
Don't do the rest of that.
All right, Ms. Powdrill. Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and there's no nays. No nays. Okay. All righty. Okay, is there any old business?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
you know, we should use these tools down here so you can hold your hand up and somebody's looking down there. I wanted to say something about Miss Dee Peterson. I called her last week to talk to her about filing taxes in the village, and that I had been online, and that you can actually do it online. The only problem that I had is that I didn't know that the number that was mailed to you let you into the document to do it. So for those that didn't know it, and I didn't read it all out, I got the postcard, looked at the postcard, glanced and put it to the side. There's a number there that you have to put in order to file your taxes electronically. So I
Thank you
started
so
better
much.
add that to it because
Nice.
I missed the whole
Threw mine
thing.
in the trash.
We need to put that on our website.
I think it's on the left side. I put it somewhere again.
That is truly technology.
Madam Mayor,
But
Yes, ma'am.
look how far we've come.
Yes,
for
to
some
be
reason,
under construction.
right. For some reason, we still haven't received our postcard in the mail, so I'm not exactly sure if it got lost, but I happen to know my number because, but I do know my number, so I can still go on and file it. But for those who may not have gotten a postcard in the mail, I don't know if there's a exception report or something that came back, because Ms. D said that ours didn't come back, so I'm not sure.
Oh.
So I would encourage the residents, if you have not received one, to give the tax department a call. Yeah.
But you can print the document out and mail it in.
Okay, sounds good. All right, old business, was that old business? Nah, any old business? Moving on along. Okay, next is new business. All righty, so we have the new business. Motion to refer ordinance number 2021-01 to the Law Committee for further review. Is there a motion?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, all right, so we're looking forward to it going back to law, and everyone keep your copies and reviews. So I'm sure you guys are gonna have a good meeting reviewing, so we can possibly get that back on the agenda. Hopefully next council meeting. Okay, all right.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay,
I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session. to discuss imminent litigation with the law director, Mr. Desai.
Okay, all right.
Second.
It's been moved and second to go in executive session regarding imminent litigation to discuss with the village solicitor. Is there a roll call, Ms. Randolph?
Was it second?
Miss,
Yeah.
Ms. Key, second.
Councilwoman Key.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
thank you. Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 7 aye votes. The motion does pass.
And Mayor, will we be inviting the manager in?
Yes, yes, sir. We'll like to invite village manager Paldro. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Hello, Vice Mayor.
Gigi, looks like everybody's there.
Okay, give me just about 20 seconds.
Okay. The Village of Lincoln Heights regular council meeting is now back in session. Today's date is Monday, February 8th, 2021. The time is now 8:56. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber. Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Present.
Thank you. Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Present.
Thank you. Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Present.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
You muted.
Present.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Jeannie Stenson.
Present.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Present.
We have 7 who are present. We do have a quorum.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to make a motion that we authorize the village solicitor and village manager to get a survey and appraisal for a piece of property at 1200 Lindy to access Memorial Field for appraisal to the value of a piece of property on 1200 Lindy so that we can access Memorial Field.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
In one moment. Okay. Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Abstain.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Yes.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I'm
Yes.
sorry. Thank
Yes.
you. Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stenson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Yes.
Okay, we have 6 yes votes, ayes, and then 1 abstention. The motion does pass.
Okay. All right. Any miscellaneous business? Okay, if there's no miscellaneous business, is there a motion for an adjournment?
So move for adjournment.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
Have a
It's
good
been
night,
moved in-
everybody.
Good
Have a
night.
good night,
Good night.
everybody.